Thank you. My name is Asha Vinala. I'm from Tanzania, Jamii Forums and Jamii Media. Thank you for the presentation. It was very enlightening. And I'm so very glad that I've had a chance to hear from journalists who are talking on internet freedom. We have a problem in Tanzania. A lot of journalists tend not to acknowledge the internet in general. So when they talk about internet freedom, usually it would be, they tend to think that they are not affected in any way. Whereas the world is changing, and with the internet, things are going to change. You cannot talk about future journalism without talking about the internet, because there is so much information there. I want to point out on one of the presenters, they did talk about how there is so much information online which you cannot verify. That is where we as internet users want you as a journalist to get to learn how to verify information online. When you talk about verification, there are ways where you get to know how to know just by looking. You get to know this information is valid, this information is not valid, and this information is worth pursuing and investigating to look further to. As a journalist, you have to have connections. You cannot operate in a vacuum. You have to have other journalists you work with. You have to have other networks of people you know in the country who are journalists and not journalists. So when you hear something which is from another region, verify. You don't have to go there. That is why we social network, and that is why there are forums like this, that today we will make a connection. Whenever I hear information of a person I've heard from here, I would call that person, that call for another person until I get to have the final answer. We should not be lazy in doing our work. We should do our work to give out information which is valid. And when we talk about information which is online, that is citizen journalism. You may not like it. As in, the traditional media may not like the fact that every citizen is a journalist, which is very, very surprising. Because when they write on the media, they write for citizens. So when a citizen gives you information and you don't want to work on it because you know they don't have journalistic skills, then that's a very big problem. So we have very big problem when it comes to giving information from journalists nowadays than it is from the citizens themselves. There is information, when you see, you see it as cheap information. It's not even worth pursuing, regardless that it is true or not true. But there is information which you really have to work on. Now, I would like to add a final note. In our country, from our platform, which is Jamii Forums, there are a lot of information we can post today, a citizen can post today as information, and you would see it in the newspaper the next day. So we are not taking your place as traditional media, giving out information. We are not taking your place. We are just making your life easier. That there is somewhere where there is information worth pursuing that day, so that you give us full information, detailed and investigated in the news next day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. No, just hold on to the microphone. Is there a feeling, maybe from Tanzania or just a general feeling by you, that there's no support from traditional media for the citizen journalists? Is there a rejection?
No, it's not a feeling. I'm sorry if I presented it that way. It's a fact, because there are evidences there. We have a platform which has visitors, more than 300 or 500 visit on a daily basis. Sometimes we have information which a citizen has brought on Jamii Forums, as in we are the first person to give out that information in the country at that particular day. You would find it in the newspaper the next day, and they wouldn't acknowledge the source. Word by word, sometimes they even fail to edit. So it's a fact, not a feeling.
Okay, thank you very much. We will have the panel react to that. Yes, I will still stay on, and is that Julia? Yeah, please.
Yes, my name is Lydia. I work for UNESCO South Sudan.
Did you say South Sudan?
Yes. Okay. While listening to this panel, I really have to say that honestly, I do think there is lack of interface between the offline and online media. Listen to Kenya. What's the role of the Media Council when it comes to internet freedom? How much of your involvement can we see when you talk of all these lobby groups that are lobbying on internet freedom, privacy, everything? What role have you played? And we're not just talking of the Media Council. We have statutory, we have independent media councils in very many countries. But what role are they playing when we talk of internet freedom? I think there's completely a disconnect in terms of the role that they are playing. If you're talking of promoting freedom of expression, the same role you're playing for offline media, you should be playing for online media. You're failing in that, I think.
Thank you, Lydia. Yeah. Please, yeah, let's go on. And I like how much time you're giving to to your question. So if the men can do the same,
Thank you. Henry Minor, I work for Article 19. One, I don't know for what reason the reading of media role in promoting internet freedom turned around to be traditional media role in promoting internet freedom. So I stand guided, Eric, because my thinking was we're just asking the role of the media in promoting internet freedom. And understanding that media ought to have included new media and traditional media. But if we were to do that, then we need to have unpacked the question, what are these things you ought to do to be perhaps ticked that you are promoting internet freedom? And in my take, there are about 5 things you ought to have been doing. One, either you are undertaking processes that promote policy that expand freedom of expression, or you are helping those who are exercising freedom of expression online, on the internet, to have an opportunity to do that. But you could also reverse and look at the second option, which is, where you have internet, is it affordable? So purely working on affordability of internet, whether you are a blogger or you are a journalist in traditional media, what have you done to ensure that there is affordable internet in Africa? 3, what have you done to allow those who go online to exercise their right to privacy? And 4, what have you done given the ubiquity of mass surveillance and data collection and mining? What have you done to ensure that that is done within parameters that would allow people to use the internet? If we constructed that discussion in that manner, the binary discussion that is emerging in Kenya will not exist. But because people who work as bloggers think, okay, they need to be supported, but what have they done to ensure that that space exists? So what have we done as traditional media to ensure that that space exists? That would totally change this discussion. But I restrain myself because the debate was skewed into the wrong direction by Kenyans, and I'm Kenyan. So I would restrain myself and begin to say, how do we move forward in this discussion? I think one is to stop the false dichotomy that exists between online communicators and offline communicators. It is a false dichotomy because the Henry who has a blog or communicates online is the same Henry who writes for newspapers. That false dichotomy makes it seem like there are 2 people who live in 2 different spaces and they need 2 different laws. The other reality is that while there is no comprehensive law on any of the African countries on controlling the internet, all other laws are applicable. And we need to internalize this, that criminal defamation exists in all African countries except 4: Ghana, Niger, Chad, and Gabon now. All the countries that are represented here have criminal defamation in their statute books. Those statute books laws would apply to you whether you are an offline commentator or online commentator or somebody who's going to the river and passes that information to a third party. So help me, Eric, as we finalize, so that I don't seem to take more time, but you begin to show the interconnectedness of different people acting on different platforms and having a role to push for internet freedom, not to be on the internet.
Yeah.